Welcome, America. Oh, you got to see this show. Sometimes it is rock and roll. For real. Hello, everybody. Hello, Pittsburgh. Hello, America. Hello, Christians. Hello, Patriots. Wow. So much. I thought I was going to take the day off, but let's see where this goes. Let's see how long I can stay online. Everybody is getting the block. They really are. Plenty of shared messages from podcasters. Guys I never thought would even associate with me. Something's going down. Power outages, did you say? I wouldn't doubt that. Gasoline and diesel fuel? Of course. Cyber attack. Is it really? No. It's a narrative. But guess what? If they kill the fuel, they're going to kill the goods. They're going to kill the products. They're going to stop a lot. Here's what I suggest to you. I mean, knowing what we know and knowing what we have in ways, if you got some extra gas cans and stuff, I would suggest you go and fill those bad boys up. Fill them up. Cowboys, Alabama. Beth McCourt. Did I say that right? Who is that lady? Oh, that's the Widowmaker. The Widowmaker. Yeah. Anyway, power outages. I don't know. I'm hearing something. Project Pogo. Yeah, I said that. Pogo. P-O-G-O. Project Pogo. Do you know what it is? Get a pencil. Write it down. Project Zephyr. All right? Look it up. Look up. December 7th. Another very important date. What did Trump do? Yeah, I mean, I have to ask you that. I want you to do some history work. I'm sorry, December 6th, 2017. I mean, wow. Could foreign adversaries be looking for a new king? I'm just saying. Project Pogolo. What is it? I'll tell you. And who is this amazing Stephen Miller? A think tank brought in as a sidekick to someone we know. Yeah, a little icing, not so much on the cake yet. Sugar coating? Yes, at the moment. I'm sorry. White House documents. Years ago. POGO. They called the gatekeeper. The one who collects datas from all the social medias. Yes. Why? Did somebody ask that? Probably not, but I'm going to give you a little more info. I don't know how deep you want to go on this, but I'll be glad to open up the happy trail for you. The truth of the matter is, Pogo was put together to somewhat spy. That's exactly what they're doing, okay? We know about certain documents signed and so forth, for sure. You know, it makes me wonder, though, is there any possibility that Trump knew he was actually going to win in 2016? Had very early briefings of a lot of things. I'm just saying, okay? I want you to look up these couple of things that I'm telling you about. I really do. I think they're important. I think it's time to give some information of where some of these things are and a little bit different of a perspective. Might kind of blow you away. Maybe it won't. You know, maybe it just won't. I don't know. I could be wrong. But you have this group, and they're the armed guards of social media. They got their 15s on, you know? Anyway, truth. Why? They were implanted for a reason. Spygate? Nah. Similar. They were collecting data on names like guys like me right here, this guy, okay, and others, and much bigger. But they weren't really so much concerned. They let us slide because what they truly want to look at is who supports us. Those are the ones that they want. Pogo, look up, look it up, look it up. The gatekeepers. Makes maybe not a lot of sense right now, but at some point it very well may. Why December 6th, 2017 do I pick that up? Well, maybe because it's symbolic importance. It mentions Israel, and there was a wall, and there was a move, and there was a new law, a new ideology put back. Yep. You know, it truly was. It truly was. Hi, Christy. Christy says hello. She has grown to love your lies, Mike. Okay, I guess. I don't know. I can't read after my nose. So thank you, whatever. I appreciate you. And again, I just want to say I am Mike Wayne. This is 10 o'clock talks, and I'm already getting flashes. Just want to let you know that. So if it goes dead, it's because they caught me. Aw. But that's okay. That's okay because I can do a different type of upload and it'll go through. And if I have to, I will. But anyway, let's think, Pogo. Let's think what I told you here. Trump, Pence, split. Waboom. Magical. Magical. Already known it was going to happen. Already known. So anyway, on this magical date, and it wasn't magical, but it was for a purpose. Did anyone really kind of know that Donald Trump is a Mason? Just saying. Possibly he's Jewish. U.S. announced that the U.S. of A recognize now as Jerusalem to be the capital of Israel. Boom! Fire shots. Outside adversaries. Things happening in the world. Hello. Makes you think. Makes you think. Makes you want to add things up. I'm slowly going there. I hope you're catching this. Zephyr. Another very important side-by-side topic, and this is direct information. I guarantee it, they're going to slap my face really hard. They really are. But, you know, you get tired of playing sugarcoat. You get tired of playing it. What was effort? It was what we are living in. All detailed, all known about, all aware of. Much more known than we may want to admit in some ways. And that's why I guess I tell you about how long before the government knew to try to work on what they could to try to rectify some of the things. Again, we're right now in the time of a crisis where these things were mentioned in all the docs. The gasoline, the weird narratives, the media push, everything was labeled in these docs. Just as some of the other briefings of the think tanks of the Rockefeller Foundation that I brought to you. Ties of it all in ways. Ties of it all in ways. It's like they knew the scenario would be where it is right now. It was called out, or some might say just pre-planned, pre-written. By who? By what? I don't know. Maybe if we had Stephen Miller here, a think tank for Trump, he could answer that because he was formulating a lot of the tweets. He had a lot to do with tweets. They didn't exactly come from who you think they did. At times, certain things had to be thought, and think tanked. And that's the truth. That is the truth. So I want you to look into any information that you guys can come up with this. You know, you need to do some homework. This will be educational for you. If I was just to drop all this, I'd probably have a knock at my door. You know, truthfully, I probably would. But I want you to expect blackouts. Blackouts are something different. Blackouts, you know what they are. And they did start to occur in certain places, let's just say. But they're not here yet. Will they be? According to certain DOCs, yes. According to them, they just haven't arrived. But blackouts, strategies of food, gasoline, fuels, we're coming amongst this time where I warned everyone, and I said this way before this had occurred. I even wrote to some special friends and said, look, it's going to hit. It's a time thing. I don't know the exact times. The documents that I know of are just a little bit older now, but they exist and nothing's changed in accordance to what has been written in them, and they are ALEAK without a doubt. They are credible DOCs, bottom line. So I want you to look into this because we may have adversaries of a different type where we may see something occur that is so totally unexpected. And I do have the strangest feeling we're about to get a very serious type of comment coming from President Trump. I just have that gut feeling because of certain things that exist in writing. And it might blow some people away. I mean, did anybody know about President Trump being a Mason? Does anybody really know about his history? I mean, there's a lot. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying I'm trying to put two and two together here with what I know exists. The problem with what I got, not every page is there. It's a fill in the blank kind of thing. It's a Mike Decoder thing. I'm sorry. And that's what I do best. I decode. And I put things together. And some people like that and some people don't. But I wanted to share that with you because it even mentions the BIO. The fact that if it doesn't work the first time, it will work upon millions the second time. It's true. So let's just say this didn't work, and I'll get to that. Even Tucker Carlson, and I'll go with the guy on this because I said it before he even did. I say a lot before a lot of people do. But the bottom line is that doesn't matter. What matters is what I can give you does sink in at some point to somebody. If it helps one, I'm helping a lot. It really does. So that's where I stand with that. Around 3,500 deaths, okay, that we've seen with this Frankenshot. We know with the general flu, 200 a year die reported, okay? So which is worse, the flu shot or the Frankensteiner? I'll let you think about that part of it. But it adds up. Now, what's part two to come? That's the pages that are missing. That's what's really hard to lay out and say to you. I can unequivocally tell you this when I can't. But I can put two and two together because of how the missing print goes into the next page. And I know it's blackouts, and I know it's blockouts, and I know it's to take mass control. And to me, an element of power grids would be the mass control and the food chain, fuels, heating fuels, killing the oil lines and everything else that they're doing all the way up the East Coast, claiming cyber attack, or, a purposeful attack by, who we know who it would be, of course. And that's where we stand with this. As I try to put more of this together, there will be like a click to a part two. I can only bring you up to date now to where it sits. And this is where it sits. I think we're just at the opening doors of it. And I asked people for months. I really did. I said, please prepare. Please prepare 6 months ahead. Because you don't know, you can't trust, and you have seen what happened. So everybody has to think for themselves. Now they're telling us chicken's missing, pepperoni shortages. I mean, really weird stuff, okay? Not to mention everything that's been in the docs. It states all the narrative of the weird. And if we are not in the narrative of the weird, where are we? If we are not being led by our noses by the media, and that's not true, then where are we? We are here. We are with people we can trust in many ways. you know? And I can only tell you this. I foresee more to come. And by winter, I foresee it to get worse. I'm hoping to God I'm wrong because, like I said, there are pages missing. But I can leave you with the fact that part two is going to be huge. And they're going to come after, in many ways, the people who did not step up to get the vaccination. Okay? That's the truth of it. It seems that's what they're against. America has become too awake, written right in black and white. It never narrates anything saying how they came to that point. It never says anything about what makes them so feared of the awakening of the American people. I don't have a goddamn clue. I don't. They're not there. The information was never there. What I see, what I have, what is hidden, and I tell no one of it, but the truth is, there's pages missing. I wish I could give more, but it's funny when something shows up in your mailbox. I'll leave it at that. And it's true. And I hope I'm giving you a little insight. Help me with this. I need help with this when I can't go any further with something. I can put it together the way I just did for you, and hopefully you'll understand that. Look into Steve Miller. Okay? And I'm not talking about a band. I'm not talking about a band. Look into the gatekeepers. It's important. It's important. Check the facts on who's a Mason and who might be Jewish. Look into December 6, 2017. It is vitally important to where we may be and how control may come back. It has a lot to do with currencies, Bitcoin, cryptos, tracking devices, modernization of life, the future of America. The big part of the plan is there's no pages to give indication of anything, and anybody that I have spoken to in the last 60 days, I'm not the only one out there that knows about this by far. Not many speak of it. They fear, and I do too. I won't lie, I do fear about certain things, and I'm already frozen on my one thing here. So I hope I'm getting out there to you guys. I'm going to try to see if I can go through a refresh process. Because evidently they're already doing to me what I kind of figured they would. So let me just see if I can go around and do something that was suggested to me. And instead of me crying like a little sissy boy, because I'm far from ever being one, maybe this will help enlighten me if... Okay, it's coming back. He was right. He was right. As easy as that was, that's all you need to do. Okay, cool. So this somebody told me about this that actually specialized in cyber and does things in Washington. So what he told me does work, but I'm still froze. It's not giving me the indication. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about the comments you guys make between each other. Know that I got nothing but love for you guys. But know we're in a war, and this is going to be a harder war. And all the elements is showing that the winter is going to become the darkest time of this year. And if you're black, you have all the more rights of power and money, or of any color of black and outside of black, caramel, albino skinned. It's true. Bronze, yellows. Unbelievable the names that they have in the culture of the color, but I guess there's 6 sexes to males too, as now science is indicating to us. Yeah, do you see 6 sexes here? Do I look like 6 sexes, 6 different types of a male? Do I look? I don't know. Yes, the scientific proof that there are 6 species of the male version on Earth, and it's not about color or culture. No, it's about your DNA. It's weird. So keep in mind what I told you. Get some gas cans. Start thinking smart to the future. We have a warning put out publicly right now, and I don't see a fix in end. The only fix I see it is a narrative, because they're really getting pissed off about Mike Lindell, Linwood, Adrenochrome, without a doubt, the fact that now the FDA got busted for harvesting. Yes, FDA. I'm sorry, I get weird information. I find weird information, but it's true. It's true. I'll go over some of this before they kick my ass out of here on you guys, okay? For real, because it'll probably happen. And Terry, I want you to know, man, they're doing the same to me. Terry, you're a patriot, damn it. You can do this, brother. Don't let them block you. I'm not. But prepare yourself, brother. Prepare yourself. Hello, Merle. Hello, Mary Kay. Hello to all the Christians. Thank you for the prayers. I am Michael Anthony. This is 10 o'clock talks. Thank you for coming in. I hope I can enlighten you a little bit further with that. I spilt enough on you. I need you to do homework. I really do. I need you to do homework. I need your help. I can give you a layout of what I think, but I want to see what comments may come back before I do that. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And then the Vatican. All the more reason why, what is going on? All the more reason. Antarctica. Why did so many people, even John Kerry, yes, Kerry, think about this. The day of the election, a mysterious vacation to the Antarctic with the Russian Pope, which the Pope of the Vatican sent secret documents to the Russian Pope. Mind blower. True. Mind blower. True. Why did all these people go there? We'll get into better detail on that. We will. We'll get into better detail on that. But I want you to keep all these objects and thoughts of objects in mind, and places and narratives, because they are working together very strongly, more than what the American eye opener is really out there as they per se. And why did they judge us as the America's waking up to? What were we waking up from? The fact that you were being a bunch of deplorable politicians and worse across the world? The HSTs, we know what you were doing with the HST. Come on, we know all about it. We know the satanic things. Yeah, of course we knew it. But now it's in the light. And they brought it to their own light. They truly did. They forced the hand of power to bring it out. And that they got what they didn't want. So we're going through a lot of things here now. And some say it's a spiritual war. First, I want to start by saying, Charmaine, Miss Nugent, the guitar, rock star, Plain's wife. Good lady, though. Good lady. Death threats. Because she's trying to share now more of a vision on my level of what I'm saying and supporting it by doing it on her behalf. And I take my hat off to her. You know, she's dined with the best people, some of the most powerful people in the world. She's been privileged to do a lot of things, write some books. She has a hell of a following, but you don't push death threats on a young lady, ever. I'm sorry. You just don't threaten a woman's life. You never do. And I mentioned that once before to everybody when our president, Donald J. Trump, had to make a decision between threats and possibilities of other wrongful issues that made him step aside momentarily to give them their free rein because of the attacks of verbal things that were coming and assaults towards him. And I believe that did happen. And I want everybody to know, do what you can to support Charmaine. She's trying to do the best she can now, and she's spiritually coming out and seeing it, identifying it in her mind as a spiritual war. And it is in ways. You got the Pope, he's a Jesuit. And now he has pronounced Lucifer to be Jesus' father. Well, yeah, I already knew that. Old information. But finally, it's hitting the light. And that's part of a fear I had telling the Christian faith that things like this exist, but they do, and they're much deeper. And as I said, I studied ancient books as much as I can. I listened to great lecturers of the world, of the entire globe. Ones I couldn't even understand most of their tongue that they said, but the Mahara and everything else in the 7 books, I mean, it's incredible information. And it says a lot, and it shows a lot that was never put and kept from the Bibles or in the Old Testament and the New Testament. It was all about the man. And as I tell you, it's a book written by a man with false narrative in many ways. A lot of very good scholars and pastors who study day in and day out are the ones that are breaking through with a lot of the information and getting through the gray areas of a lot of things. But the Pope himself, yeah, he's made these statements now, and that just became aware. And also a lot of the amen. Amen is less of a man. Amen is royalty, and man is less than a man. Okay? The definition is not what everybody thinks the definition of the power of the words are as I talk to you, but it's true. Amen is a sign of and the Catholic want you to believe agreement. A prayer is said, and it's like, amen, my brother, amen, hallelujah. That is the purpose of what you think they want you to think it means. But in an addressing between them and the satanic and so forth, it's one being more higher and the other one being more demeaningly low. Okay? So follow that suit. The next time says, can I get an amen for this? You may not want to exactly say that, honestly. But again, I invite you to do all the homework and challenge me on anything that I'm telling you. I really do, because I want you to know it. I want you to have the insight to some of these things. And I don't want to sugarcoat anything any more than I have to. But at times you have to. You have to. Because if you blatantly just shot it at everything at one time, I mean, pay me to be a lecturer in the world somewhere. Maybe I would go and do that, but I would fear for myself then. I really would, because the best of the people that were out there that ever did it and actually did their best to expose, they wind up dead. They do. They do. It doesn't matter if it was in ufology for UFOs and disclosures. It didn't matter, or suppression of histories, or famous archaeologists and so forth. If you said too much, they either crippled your lifestyle, your family, your income, your educational background. They made your education disappear from the colleges like you never existed. And repeatedly, all these things have always happened the minute you step on the toes. So look into this announcement. I think it's kind of frightening. And it was a ceremony to basically welcome Lucifer. And he's having a war inside the Vatican over this with this. But it's come to light that it has happened. And if you look hard enough, I bet you could find a YouTube video, or you could just say, hey, Michael, could you send me one? It's all true. Okay, so the truth comes out. We know books are suppressed, but that's the world we live in. It really is. So, Mark Cuban, Pittsburgh, Mark. I don't like you, dude. Money or not. He's one of the Gates Committee, no matter what he tells anybody. He wants you to go on lazy.com, and he'll do all the work for you to prove how being tracked the rest of your life is positive, and how certain crypto coins and certain things are the way of the future, because it fits the rich's narrative. It doesn't fit mine, it won't fit yours. We'll never fit. We are not going to fit this war or fit into this war. No, it's them. It's to make them more wealthy. Will we lose our bank accounts and money? God forbid it happens, but more likely it will. Some will stand to lose much. And that's why I really hope for the outside adversaries, the people that are in place that have been doing things with our Navy SEALs. Sorry, I had to finally drop that. And Secret Services and United Nations of some sorts, who have voluntarily got together to try to protect us and where this world is going. God bless those people, because they are working hard. And many of them, in some instances, have powers for what they are doing for us. And I do want to send blessings out to them the best I can. And I will not put any amens on the end of that, because I know the true meaning of what it means. That said, this is unexpected, me coming on, but news is always unexpected. And I'm not a regular news kind of guy. I ain't never going to be one. I'm not going to come off to you with 2.7 views, 7 million views, or, no. I'm lucky to get what I get, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. But what I do need from you is to start sharing where you can. And if you have, I thank you. And I don't want you to do any more than you can do. But if anyone sees this, and any of what I'm telling you matters in any way, shape, or form, and you're for the children and the future of this world, then damn it, do something about it. Do it now. Time is everything. Time is everything. And whatever we can do for the top is precious. It's precious. And we must do it. We got some rock stars out there, and I thank you. I really do. Stay in this game. Stay in this fight. It's important. It's very, very important. These DOCs are freaking nuts. Incredibly sad and incredibly dangerous. And guess what? It's all pointing at the American people only. Only at America. They want us to think it's global everywhere else, and in some cases there are things. But the finger points to devastation to America. It's a fact. It's a fact. So the FDA, yeah, really. You won't get no announcements from the fake media on this. And by the way, I want to let you know, fake media was already narrated by a think tank next to Donald Trump named Stephen Miller. Just saying. I'm just saying. So the FDA, yeah, they're busted, they're caught buying full-term preemies. Preemies. Yes, I kid you not. 16 weeks to 24 weeks, and they are so busted. They are so busted. It's news now. If you didn't hear it yet, I apologize that you didn't. I don't like posting everything because it'd probably take me right offline. A special judicial watch came forth and backs everything that I've been telling you about what I told you this long-term harvesting would be. And I said it way before this. Why? It's what I do. Why do I share it? I feel I'm obligated to give you information I know of. Sad information, though, but it's factual. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I hope you take this in and you really weigh this properly. Accept it, understand it, and start to freaking fight back really, really hard. Really, really hard. News, even in media. I don't know why I didn't see it online anywhere from social media. But it's out there. 600-page report of its ongoing in the deep state. And I told you about these deep state programs repeatedly. Stay open-minded, stay aware, stay with me. Honestly, stay with me. Harvesting, trafficking, the selling of the parts. I had something else written, but again, I got to keep a tight lip right now. They're freezing me more. They really are. They're freezing me. But that's okay. I think I got you here still. And Beth, if you lose me, please call me or whatever. Do whatever so I know. Full long-term aborts and more. And they're protecting these pieces of shits. Passing these laws up there. Jumping for joy that they can do this and allow women to go full-term and still take the child even if it's not gone. Where they claim they'll have 3 days of a process to make the process as gently happen as possible. Do you see how disturbing this is? Do you hear how disturbing this is? And you've seen these posts. These posts were out there. This isn't new. It's been posted where they jumped and applauded the fact that this shit happened. These people are as were described. Sick. Beyond sick. This all goes back to the beginning that I just brought up to you. It goes to the Pope. It goes deep, deep, deep. So deep I wouldn't doubt that my door wouldn't get kicked open. Quite honestly. But that's a chance we all take, you know? And one takes it for the world when he knows in his mind he's in a good place and his life's been pretty fair. And he's willing to stand up for the American people because most broadcasters out there and podcasters just don't have the balls to do it. They'll talk a topic and they'll give a great segment and they'll make it sound strong. Watch me tomorrow. Let me sell your underwear and you can eat my peanut butter. Yeah, right. Sure. If you're going to have a voice, you better use it all the way. Dominion, Mike Lindell, Machines, General Flynn. Yeah, we know now that there's more going on in Arizona, Maricopa County. And guess what? We need one more password. They're not supplying it. They're not giving this password to us. It ain't going to happen. So now I have to do one of these automatic reset things that they were told. Let me see if I'm still online here because I'm getting so many flashes, but that's okay. They can always remove this anyway if they want to at a later time. But, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so it brought me back on just sharing what I'm saying here. Heartbreaking truth. Speak it, brother. Brother's speaking it, sister. Without a doubt. Jen, I love you to death, man. You're a rock star, just as well as everybody else is coming into this room tonight to hear this. You know? And then people may wonder why I don't want to hear bullshit through the day. Let that sink into your thick skull, a few of you out there. And I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just saying. Speaking truth is hard. And it takes a lot of energy. And creativity. To try to think and outsmart to stay alive doing what I do here. Because it is that deep. It really is. So I told you the top 3 initiatives of this 600-page report. And it's going to mention a lot more. And of course we know that Fauci was involved. No flashes on the screen. Thank you so much. You're my girl. You really are. I could squeeze and hug you right now. Thank you. I really need to hear that at times. Keeps me more focused for you. Remember, this comes from a Judicial Watch, okay? It's true. It's fact. Everything I'm telling you tonight is more fact than you could ever imagine. So the Dems are all for this full-term thing, and we know the narrative's going forward, but they started this a long time ago, and that's what that's my concern. What's going to happen now? Where's it going to go? Who's going to do what about it? Well, we can't trust the 3-letter people, right? The DOJ, DOD. I mean, maybe we can in big ways, but not the leadership tops. No, the FBI. No. You can't trust them. No, you can't trust the Capitol things that's going on up there that they were so involved in and hid and knew that it was going to occur. They let it happen. No, it's just too much dirt. Too much dirt through all the politics of our own and law enforcement agencies. And that's why now a lot of the governors are rewarding our police department because they may be the only proper structure we have left in America. Truly. Besides the National Guard and our military. But again, if you go into the locality of the government, of the enforcement agencies, CIA and more, the inventors of the conspiracy theorists and the inventors of what they wanted everybody to know, which started back then, and that was part of the narrative that kicked this all into gear. It was always an initiative to make us look bad, the speakers to the world of you are labeled as, label me whatever you want, whatever. That's fine. But again, that's how deep and how far it goes back of all the narratives of the deep state. But anyway, just to touch one more spot on this that I forgot to bring on. Part of some of this testing, Fauci was involved with too. And there was like a 400,000 thing going on there. It was all about taking the scalps from the aborts and grafting them to the mice or mouse, one of the two. But they did it. Admittingly, again, it was on the news. Is anybody listening to these things? How sick? How sick but it's much sicker than that. I mean, they're basically putting screws into things, building them as their ideology of the ancients that they see when they go into the temples that are piculated on the walls, you know, the people left behind, the dog-headed man, and everything else. You know, I could get into narratives and all the proper names, but I want to be very careful because that's the most touchy process of the project of what I'm getting across right now in this moment. So anyway, these machines, Arizona, the county, so they won't give up, and they're refusing to follow the court order. And, it tells us a lot. It tells us that we hit the nail on the head in the right spot. And the nice part about it is, guess what, people? Mike was able to get a hold of some of the Dominion machines. And now, for fact, we can analyze the whole machine with special people of the world who are stepping up. They can't wait to get their hands into this, to further the investigation, to finalize everything that we already know is true because of how we watched the cyber war start on the day of November 3rd through November 4th, what was fed into it, as well as identifying all the false flown in from China ballots where fibers were inlaid between them that they are finding. They were packed with little fibers to keep them safe so they wouldn't get crinked. And guess where they traced that back to? Origin of China. Again, Joe. So, that tells a lot. It really does. It tells a lot. I want to talk a little bit more about the Frankenshot. To be very, very gentle about it, but in a way, the comparison really is that much of a difference of where we are. You can go with a little over 200, on the flu vaccination, and that's fine for me to say. But unless I only say the Frankenshot has proven to be nearly more like 3,500. So, and we know there's more effects. That's only the part that explains the death. And I don't even know if that's a factual number, but some of your favorites out there, and I think Tucker was one of them that did a review on it, but I think I could show him information that supersedes that 3 times. But he went with what he had. All respect to the brother out there doing the best he can. I get that. And it is what it is. So we do know the fatalities are much greater than any other known Frankenshot that exists doing this kind of, or causing this kind of effects to people in many ways, even the mortality thing. So just wanted to try to put that a little bit better into place for you. So Arizona, though, does sign up now because they want to protect themselves because they feel threatened. Arizona their guns. They signed the SB, I think it was the 832, into law as all guns are essential. And it's probably because the narrative of where they're at and the pressure that they are in right now and the job that they are trying to do, the governor felt it lawful to enact this law so Arizonians can take care of themselves if something of ill fate were to occur or if they were to be attacked while they are doing these jobs. Hats off to them. And we all know about the no gun permit needed in Texas. Governor Abbott, great guy. And not only that, Arizona also said not only are guns essential, but now ammo is, and we will no longer be suppressed of making it. So my hat's off to them. Again, Miss Nugent, keep your hats off to her. Give her all the support you can. You don't death threat a woman, morons. You don't do it. You don't do it to nobody. You don't do it to anybody. But you got these people out there, they have a whole different thing on their side. Hello, Sandy. How are you, Sandy Mitchell? But that's where we are. That's where we are. Gene Simmons even says to the world, and here's a public figure. Who doesn't know Kiss, you know? And he says it's okay. It's okay to say God bless America. He doesn't believe removing God from everything is the narrative of where we are right now. Taking God from everything. You know the comments I made yesterday. You know, if you listen to me, you know about them. You know, and they heat me up. They get me hot. Hot under the damn collar. So that wasn't so hard, but it wasn't easy. I want you to do that homework. Please do it for me. Stay vigilant to everything. Start taking very serious everything that I told you. The winter's going to be dark in ways that are just going to be totally unusual. And you're going to see some more unusualities occur without a doubt. And that'll just be the hints of where we're headed. Expect the unexpected from Donald J. Trump. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a new king of Israel. I'm just saying. It could be something so off the wall. Just seems, I'm just saying. You can choose to listen to what I said or choose not to listen to what I said. But I can produce everything that I'm telling you. That I can produce. As well as some interesting videos that back everything up as well. And that's why it took me forever to really share some of the thoughts that I had. But I want to let you know, Pogo, Zephyr, you look into it. And I want you to understand this terminology as well. TDID. Tag, track, OIDs. That means everyone out there. That means you in this room. That means who follows Tucker. Who follows Rush, who followed anybody, who follows Big Dan Bongino, okay? Hey, Danny, stop the commercials. Talk more to the people. Yeah, I love him to death, but I mean, I have to say it because news is news, and he has a bigger voice than me, and I need him to share. And ain't it funny how I tell things months ahead? I'm just saying, I do. Please look at my videos. This is old news, what I'm telling you mostly right now. I've already said it all. I just didn't do it like this tonight. So please just listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Make the best of it. And keep strong through it all. I also want to let you know about some of the military tribunal shock that may occur. It may expose some information. It may already have a narrative of good that you would like to know about. And I believe the Navy SEALs are doing a lot to help control the direction of where that is going. But in the art of a fake war in the media, it will always announce and push its nonsense. But in reality of a true war, it's never to disclose. And that's what scares me when I tell you things. Remember the FDA and how deep that is? What we now know is factual. Disgusting, and Anyway, we have it. We have to deal with it. We have to suck up some of these things, and we have to just say to the world here that it is what it is. It's where we're living. These pigs have exposed themselves to us without a doubt. They're not afraid of us. They have a mission. They have a narrative, and you are it. The finger points to the American people in mass numbers. It truly does. And when people put up some of the things of the Holocaust and so forth, picture that in your America now in much greater numbers. Much greater numbers. So you guys rock. Know that I think that. I truly do. I hope I got through to some of you guys. I hope I did. I really hope I did. Remember your tax deadlines. They're just right around the corner. Some people are going to get that $10,200. Couples will get up to $20,400, up to $16,000 in some tax credits for children in your home. Last of the PPP coming up at the end of the month. Keep that fastened in up there. But remember, it's really going to support the people of color more than it will support you. So I hope when you fill out your applications from now on, you might want to add in that you come from a bit of color. And there's not a lie in there. We all came from the same origin of place. It's just our DNA structures were changed. By who? I'm not going to really comment on that tonight, but it might have to do with something of a couple brothers. And I'm not meaning brothers of Keller. I'm talking about a couple individual people that come from something quite different, which I'll get into if you want to. I'd like to do that actually because I think it would be an eye opener of understanding the history of religions and the thoughts of where we are today and how we got here. And what we do know is factual information of writings of people that we can trust, although it's going to be pretty disruptive to some people's minds. But this is when we as Americans need to come together, be more open minded, be willing to accept the unacceptable, because the truths are going to come out and spill very hard. And there's a show, live televised thing going to occur that's going to explain much of this that's coming up, and I'll give you some information on that, and I hope you consider to watch it. Unless you want me to do any live feed segments on it, please let me know if you're interested in it, and I'll give you a history from the earliest point that I can that gives total direction of only true narrative, and how to where we are now that may enlighten you in many ways by written facts that we do know exist, that were not touched by the hand of the Vatican in any way, misrepresented or changed, because that's truly what we look at when we look at the Old Testament and ways the New Testament. Why all the continuous changes? Why some of the slide out of this and slide out of that? We can talk about more of that. Thanks for checking me out tonight. Have a great Saturday night, and I appreciate you letting me join in with you and your family. And keep in mind, you guys are all rock stars. Stay strong. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. It's going to be a dangerous road ahead of us, though. And I do want you to prepare for it. I can't say it enough. I've been preaching this for months. I started to isolate it a couple months ago and said, I think we're almost near to what I said was 6 months. When we got like 4 more months to go. So by the time we hit fall, getting out to the summerish area into the fall, it's going to become quite disturbing, But prepare yourself for anything at any given time. And I wish I had some of those missing DOC docs that were missing, but I was happy to get what I got. It told me a lot. I share a lot with you. And we'll do this another time, right? Don't judge me. I won't judge you. Love, people, love, family, everything good. Have a great night.